Arratsaldeon, buenas tardes. Hello, and thank you all very much for being here this afternoon and at the gates of listening to the youngest members of the Congress sharing their reflections in this section called Youth Camp, the voice of the youth. The Youth Camp of the 2022 of the World Federation of Colleges and Polytechnics Congress is a residential retreat for students. Participants engage in social activities, discussions on issues facing the world, and develop a statement as the voice of the youth that we'll present now in this Congress. We know that you are among us since last Sunday, but let no one think that everything has been a party, right? We trusted you, but just in case, we have put a camera that has followed you everywhere, except, of course, to the room and the bathroom. Let's see how you have done. What we have seen, me at least, will sum it up in a word: intensity. Yeah. Your stay in Euskadi has been intense. You have enjoyed our places: Aquarium, Rivera Culinary School, Cursal, Technica, the gastronomy, us, the Basques. But now it's time to get serious. You come to talk about migration, an issue that worries the world a lot. And I already know that with everything you could contribute on this subject, you could stay and live here, but I remind you that you only have 5 minutes, okay? There will be a prize for the ability to summarize. What do you have to tell us? According to your experience, what are your thoughts about migration?
Well, as a migrant myself, I can say that I would summarize migration in just one word, which is need. We as people have a lot of needs, and I think that some of them are strong enough to make us move from one place to another, such as the need to exit our comfort zone and just discover new cultures, or the need to have a better job, the need to see our loved ones, and I think that that would be the best way to describe migration as a need.
Mm-hmm. And what are the difficulties that a person can face in migrating from one place to another, and how do you think they overcome them?
There is going to be a never-ending list of difficulties a one person could have in migrating. But I would like to emphasize two major problems that the world usually sees. It's racism, and the other one is the difficulty of being financially stable. Those, as an immigrant myself and a woman of color, I personally experienced racism and being not financially stable. But to be in that position, it made me stronger, it challenged me, I learned a lot, and I became resilient. And I am proud that I am at home in Canada, and I'm representing the Philippines as well.
Thank you. What have you learned throughout your workshop about migration, and how do you think migration can benefit the future?
So our idea of migration is not just moving from one place to another. It is about having more opportunities, getting to learn new cultures, and learning about the background of other countries than just ours. It is also about accepting people as they are rather than discriminating between them and respecting the differences. We also believe that if we make the process of migration easier for the future youth, we can do it by making it easier for the immigration process, as well as giving more chances in the schools, as well as work environments to more immigrant people. That is how we are going to make the world better and creating more opportunities for the people who want to migrate. Thank you.
Thank you, for sharing your reflection with us. And now it's turn to migrate from the scenario. From one topic, as we have said before, very important, we move to another, no less key in this 21st century. We all know that we are in a climate emergency and that one of the main tools we have to win that battle is sustainability in everything what we do. For example, what you have done right now is very sustainable, which is walking onto the stage. In your case, as with the previous group, telling everything in 5 minutes, please. And time begins now. What is sustainability and why is it important?
So for us, sustainability means our future. If we don't take care of our planet, we will, I don't know if we will have animals, will we have trees, will we have clean air, will we have life at all? So we have already ruined a big part of our planet, and we need to preserve what we have left for our present and future generations.
Mm-hmm. And this week you participated in a sustainability workshop. What did you take away from that?
So it was really fun this week. As you saw from the video, we participated in a cooking class, and it was really fun, very enjoyable. Yes, we got to try the food. We learned 3 different dishes that are very well known here in the Basque Country, and we learned a lot about sustainability in how they use local products, such as the fish, el bonito, the wine, the cheese, and then, of course, the zero waste that we saw, how they reuse the oil, how the oil was also used in the sauce. So it was really great to see all that and learn it.
Perfect. What issues are we currently facing with sustainability, and what are the solutions?
Well, now there are a few hot topics, but for now we're choosing one. The fossil fuel, now the prices are going up and up and up, and we are pumping the earth empty, and there's only so much left, and we have to look at other ways. We can drive our cars by, for example, using sunlight, wind, water even, and we have to stop thinking about the money, and think about our planet, because we only have one and we are borrowing it. And we have to, what we already said, use local products and think about what are you buying or are you going to throw away? Can you give it to other people? So we as a group would like to challenge you, all of you guys, just to, for a month, buy local, think twice about before you're throwing something away. Can you use it, for example, for food? Can you use it in another dish? Clothing, can you give it to someone in need? And you are not doing it for yourself, but for the future generation, for your grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren even.
Thank you very much for your contributions. You can return in a sustainable way as you have come. And we are talking about concepts with capital letters, such as migration, sustainability, but equality and inclusion cannot be missing from that list. Any society that considers itself modern must precisely seek equal opportunities for all. And so that you can see that we work offering equality and inclusion. We have had the detail of including you in this Congress, as well as your colleagues, so that you can delve into this topic. We are going to go deeper, but not so much, because you have 5 minutes. So how has the workshop influenced your thinking around inclusion and motivated you to get involved in being an advocate for change?
Well, throughout the workshop, we participated in many different activities surrounding inclusion. Many individuals around the world came together and collaborated to problem solve. And this motivated us to become an advocate for change in the future as a result of the different activities with people around the world. And from my opinion, equity and inclusion is for everyone.
Mm-hmm. And what will our academic programs look like if our gender equality goals were met?
So as educators and students, we know we should be doing things such as using gender-neutral language and avoiding stereotyping in the education setting. If gender equality goals were met, then gender equality would be incorporated in the curriculum. There would be more gender representation in textbooks and among teachers, which would promote respect, equality, and awareness of personal bias. Educators and students deserve to see and be the change. Thank you.
Thank you for your participation. You have done just as well as the others. We want to end with a positive and optimistic message, for sure, because TVET has a future. Don't you dare to contradict me, please. The world of work needs well-prepared workers, and therefore TVET will continue to be the best gateway to many companies for young people. And it is you, young people, precisely, who I want to convince me that what I have just said is true. Tell me the TVET in 5 minutes. Where do you see the future of work going?
I think this question is best split into 2 parts, what we do know and what we don't know about the future of work. What we do know is that the pandemic allowed us to become more adept and change technology. This allowed us to continue with production of entertainment all the way to keeping workforces going and making sure the world's youth were educated and not missing classes. What we don't know in the future is how technology will change. For instance, future technology change workforces and have more advanced AI or even robots that have a more vast range of skills. This could even eliminate jobs for humans in the future and change the way companies and work, and even things like values of currency and the different profit margins companies are able to make.
Sure. What types of skills should you prioritize for the future of work?
So we ended up deciding on 3 skills. The first being communication, because communication is kind of the foundation of everything we do. Without communication, we wouldn't even be here today. And as the world advances, we're given so many opportunities to communicate and collaborate with people we never would have had the chance. This camp is a great example, and people in the audience who have translators is a way that it's advanced. And maybe next year it'll be even different too. Our second one is resilience. We believe it's the key characteristic in overcoming challenges. Obviously with COVID, that's been pretty prevalent. We've overcome a lot, especially as students, I'd say. Lastly, we want to discuss the importance of teamwork. We've been collaborating a lot this week and working together a lot, and with advances being made every day, it can be a little scary, a little confusing. But working as a team to make sure we succeed is honestly simple, but the bestest thing we can do.
Yeah, we have seen the good work, teamwork. Thank you. And what about values?
The most important values that we came up are equality, firstly, equality, so that we make sure that all the services provided are fair and accessible to everyone. Also, we want to highlight integrity and transparency to make a safe work environment and improve the relations amongst the workers.
How do you think education should improve facing these changes?
Some points that we came up that we believe that education should improve are, firstly, we need to have more hands-on training to be well prepared for the labor market. Also, we need inclusive classes and assessments to cater to all of the types of learning styles, such as visual learning, for example, and also the continuous evaluation, considering our flow of learning, not only what we know in one day, in the day of the test, and also the continued education for both teachers and students to have adaptability facing the changes of the world.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
for your intervention. We have heard you talk about all these issues, but it is said that words are blown with the wind. So that is why we know that you wanted to collect the keys of Tibet in writing. So we are going to invite all the participants of this, the Voice of the Youth, to do a declaration of this youth camp in this World Federation of College and Polytechnics Schools.
United Youth, and this is our recipe for a better future. This has been created as a result of our great teamwork this week. Firstly, we risk in opportunity, inclusion, and respect.
Then we built in equality, responsibility, and commitment.
Incorporate adaptability, education, and empathy.
And finally, we add a sprinkle of passion and stir 3 times.